Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. This is the English translation of the Majlis of Hazrat MAULANA QAMAR Sahib Damat Barakatuhum, which took place on Saturday morning at Baitul Azkar, the residence of Hazrat Wala in Wasiabad, Allahabad, UP, India, Saturday, the 6th of Zulqa'dah 1444, corresponding with the English date 27th of May 2023. Hazrat Wala starts off this majlis by quoting the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, La darara wa la dirara fil Islam. Rather, he quotes from the very beginning what the sanad, and Abi Sa'd ibn Malik ibn Sinan al-Khudri radiyallahu ta'ala an, أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال لا ضرر ولا ضرار في الإسلام. حديث صحيح رواه ابن ماجه والدار قطني وغيرهما. Hazrat Abu Sa'd ibn Malik ibn Sinan al-Khudri radiyallahu ta'ala an relates that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam mentions that in Islam there is no darar, neither is there any dirar. Now, Hazrat Wala is saying that Hazrat Tanvi, I heard from Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab that Hazrat Tanvi spoke on this particular hadith in Panipat for 3 long hours. Coincidentally, I open up my bayaz and my personal notebook, and it opens up to this very same hadith. Now, most definitely, this year is a very great hadith which we could also present. We could also present regarding the akhlaqiyat of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, like just how we have the hadith regarding Quran, khayrukum man ta'allama al-Quran wa 'allama. These are bunyadi ahadith, a fundamental ahadith. The one is regarding ibadat, khayrukum man ta'allama al-Quran wa 'allama, reading, learning, teaching the Quran Majid, and the other one is regarding akhlaqiyat. So here, regarding the explanation of this particular hadith, this hadith is from amongst the Jawami'ul Kalim, that in just a few words Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam speaks volumes. From it comes out great meanings, great objectives, ahkam, masail, etc. So many things. In Islam, there is no darar and neither is there any dirar. Now both these meanings, both these words, the meanings of these words, according to the ulama, they hold different views and different aqwal, sayings regarding this. So here we would quote to you that darar, the meaning of it is that a person doesn't take on harm himself, meaning he doesn't allow himself, he doesn't put himself in nuqsan and in taklif and in harm. A person will not eat something because he knows that there is harmful for him according to his temperament and his health. Neither will he go to a certain place due to which he would then become sick. And dirar means causing harm to others. Now both these are prohibited in Islam, that a person should not bring about harm to himself, neither should he harm others. Rather, we would say that this is a sign of profound intelligence, that a person doesn't bring on harm upon himself, neither does he cause harm to others. That na dusro ko nuksan ponchao, that he doesn't bring upon taklif upon himself, neither on others. So Hazrat Wala is saying, commenting on that also, Inna li'aynika alayka haqqun wa inna li zawjika alayka haqqun. That even your eyes have a haqq and a right over you, and even your wife has a right over you. The hadith teaches us to use surma. Now, why would we use surma? All in the maintenance and looking after and seeing to our eyes. You know, I've just seen now, Hazrat Wala is quoting, he says, Maulana Masihullah Khasab, somebody came to him, a prominent person in his khidmat, and he was, his clothes, just like that, no care, nothing about it, and Hazrat Maulana Shah Masihullah Khasab sent him away, and he said, listen, go and rectify this year, make yourself right, your clothing, and then come back. So in deen, our deen, there is tayaqquz. A person is alert, he's concerned, he's worried. He's not just in his own world. Similarly, tathabbut. So I heard this personally from Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab, that Hazrat Tanvi spoke on this particular topic, that there is no harming oneself, neither should we harm anyone else. He spoke for 3 long hours on this. You know, we were on the station on one occasion, another waqia Hazrat Wala is quoting to us, and he says, I was Maulana Abrarul Haq Sahab, and then he says to me that, Maulana, this someone is saying, shikayat, complaining about you, that you only quote Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab. And Hazrat Maulana Abrarul Haq Sahab is saying that I said to him that from youth he was there, he grew up there, he got his taaleem there, he got his tarbiyat there, so who else do you want him to talk about? Now Hazrat Wala is saying, har jagah aise log rehte hai. Every place you will get somehow or the other these kind of people that are pushing in some of their own things to poison the heart and the mind of the seniors there. Kuch na kuch lagate rehte hai. They will always be putting something or the other. It is their adat, this is their habit. And what is the end result of this year? That such people themselves eventually become disgraced. They become disgraced. So there must be some great shan of this hadith. We understand it, we read it, we can see it, and it is for this reason that Hazrat Tanvi must have spoke for 3 long hours on this particular topic. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam even speaks about fundamental points of Iman, of Islam, of a Muslim, referring to this aspect of imatatul adha anit tariq, removing something harmful from the path. I mean, somebody will trip over, fall over, break their hands, break their legs. So Anbiya alayhimus salatu wassalam was sent for this maqsad as well, so that they could take people out of this year, that they would harm themselves or they would harm others. And this is not just on the surface, but look at it deeply. Externally also, there should be no harm that we bring to ourselves or others. And batini as well, no harm to ourselves or others. That about the wasawis and these whisperings, etc., coming into our hearts, and then we leave it to such an extent that it eventually takes a person then out of the fold. So should we not remember a hadith like this here? قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لا ضرر ولا ضرار في الإسلام. Should we not even pay attention to it? Most definitely we should. Should we not learn it? Today everybody is in this chakkar, Hazrat Wala is even saying, and he mentions the ABCD. In the home of Hazrat Maulana Ali Mia Sahab, his mother already started teaching them hadith from a very young age. Today all focus, all attention is only on everything of the dunya. So Hazrat Tanvi, what he could have spoken about and how much in depth he would have went speaking about this hadith for 3 long hours. And then Hazrat Wala addressing the attendees of the majlis, look for it, take out this mazmoon of Hazrat Tanvi where he spoke in Panipat for 3 long hours on this particular hadith. Hazrat Tanvi himself used to have oil put into, massaged into his head, and then he would refer to that and remark and say, ye sarkari machine hai, tel lagao. That this year is a great machine. It is Allah given, and we should look after it. We should see to it. We should put oil. Now today people go into such type of buzrugi and that they don't even care about themselves or their bodies in any way. So this year Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is saying that of the application of surma to the eyes. So there's great benefits in it, and together with all of that, it is a sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So one is looking after the eye externally, and what about the in-depth meaning of that internally? Looking after the eye and these organs, rather the heart as well. You know, Hazrat Wala is speaking and then remembering about the incident when they went to Canada, and then a person comes there and says he was speaking about the falls there, which everyone go and see. I mean, they come there for that specific reason. And he said, don't go, mat jao. Dil kharab ho jayega. The heart would become polluted. Now he must have said that there. Why? Because maybe of bad nazari or this or that or the other. So Allah Ta'ala give us the tawfiq and the hidayat of making hifazat. Chashmo band, labbo band, gosh band. Gar nabini, noor haq, bar man bakhand. Shut the eyes, zap the lips, and plug the ears. Meaning, see no evil, hear no evil, say no evil. Then too, if you do not see the nur of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then laugh at me. Hazrat Wala thereafter quotes another sher. Naziri gar tama' dari ke maqbool hai mughabashi fala tahsud wala tabkhal wala tahris ala dunya. That if you have hopes that you want to become the celebrated servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you want to become the accepted servant of Allah, gain closest to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, فَلَا تَحْسُدْ وَلَا تَبْخَلْ وَلَا تَحْرِسْ, then do not harbor any type of jealousy towards anyone, neither be miserly nor be greedy upon the dunya. Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab used to also quote that he would say that the Sheikh's body is not mutabarrak, rather it is his talimat. And then in the majlis there, majlis khana, there was that pala there, and then he would say that if you cannot benefit from the Sheikh, if you cannot benefit from the Sheikh, then the Sheikh and the Sutun, the pillar, is the same. There is no farak, there is no difference between the two. But today, there is no talab. There is no talab in a person. So, what can we say and what can we do? You know, the incident Hazrat Wala also quotes about this person. Just before the majlis, he came there and he started speaking about some sayings of this and that and the other. Now, what can we say that brought such type of a fury and anger to Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab, and after that for days on end, Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab centered his topic in the Majlis about the importance of the ahadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he went on to say that we know these couplets, we know these English sayings, but we don't even know the same subject matter which Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught us about in short ahadith, short ahadith. So this was the type of ilzami jawab that Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab used to give to the people who same time, I mean there and there, he said it to that person, and after that it became the ta'aleem for those who attended the majlis over the days after that. Okay, then Hazrat Wala continues and he's reading from his personal diary, his Bayaz-e Khaz, Jilde Awal. Hazrat Wala then quotes Allama Sharani ki Nasihat. What is the Nasihat of Allama Sharani? He goes on to say that regarding the same kitab of his, Tabaqatul Kubra, that whoever studies this kitab with complete faith and confidence and listens to what the subject matter is, it contains, then فَكَأَنَّهُ عَاصَرَ جَمِيعَ الْأَوْلِيَاءَ الْمَذْكُورِينَ فِيهِ وَسَمِعَ كَلَامَهُم. Then it is as if he personally stayed with these awliya who are mentioned here in this particular kitab, and he has listened to their talks. Because the mere fact that a person was not together with that particular sheikh, that does not decrease his love for that person, neither his association and sohbat with that person. فَإِنَّا نُحِبُّ رَسُولَ اللَّهِ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ وَالصَّحَابَةَ وَالتَّابِعِينَ وَالْأَئِمَّةَ الْمُجْتَهِدِينَ وَمَا رَأَيْنَاهُمْ. For most definitely we love Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, the tabi'een, the Sahaba, the Tabi'in, the A'imma, Mujtahideen. But the fact of the matter is, we did not see them, and neither were we in their zamana. However, وَقَدْ intafa'na bi aqwalihim, most definitely we have taken benefit from their aqwal, waqtadayna bi af'alihim, and we are following their af'al, their a'mal that they had done, kama huwa mushahid, like how this year is clearly apparent and open. Because the essence of all of this year is that if we have taken it and we have benefited from it, then that's everything. La yahtaju, we did not actually have to be there at that time. And then listen to this part as well. Thumma inna man tala mithla hadha al-kitab, whoever studies a kitab of this nature, walam yahsul lahu indahu nahdatun wala shawqun ila tariqillahi azza wa jal, fahuwa wal amwat sawa'un wassalam. Allama Sharani is saying, whoever studies a kitab of this nature and then he is not encouraged, he is not made to stand, and no type of shauq, zawq, thirst, is nothing like that is created in him to the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So he studies a kitab of this nature and no type of enthusiasm is created in him, then the fact of the matter is, فَهُوَ وَالْأَمْوَاتْ سَوَاءٌ, then he and the dead are the same. Something is really wrong there. Thereafter, Hazrat Wala then goes on and he starts speaking about this hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that لا يكون العالم عالما حتى تكون فيه ثلاث خصال. An alim cannot be a genuine alim until or unless he has three salient characteristics and features within him. لا يحتقره من دونه, that he does not look down upon the one who is below him. Rather, he encourages that person. It is his junior. He helps him along. وَلَا يَحْسُدُ مَنْ فَوْقَهُ. And he does not have hasad to his senior, because he has to humble himself in front of the senior. It is only then that the senior will pay attention and then put his tawajjuh on that person. وَلَا يَأْخُذُ عَلَى الْعِلْمِ ثَمَنًا. And he should not take a price for his ilm and for his knowledge. So, kamyabi will not be achieved. So Hazrat Wala is saying, I quoted this particular narration when on the occasion of the demise of Hazrat Abdullah Kapodri Sahab, and from 9 in the morning until 9 in the evening, people were granted 3 minutes or maybe 5 minutes time allocation to say something, and then last, right towards the end, I was given 9 minutes to say, and in that time there, I presented this to them, saying that, all hundreds and thousands of ulama from the entire Indo-Pak subcontinent, rather from the entire world, had gathered there to commemorate the life and the works of Hazrat Maulana Abdullah Kapodri Rais. So I said to them that you have praised the Akabirin, but you should reach a level where the Akabirin should then praise you. You should walk and conduct yourself in such a manner that you become mustahiq, that they will then understand that where they wanted you to be, you are there now. On one occasion, when it was the Dastarbandi of Hazrat Tanvi, etc., they went to Hazrat Maulana Yaqub Sahab, their Ustad, and they said to him, but Hazrat, what is this here? We don't even deserve it, etc. But what did he have to tell them? We have to do something. Kamyabi to kaam se hogi. We have to do something. By merely us speaking about the Akabirin and that, no, we have to implement what they brought for us and taught us, so that we can reach a level. So he reached such a level that his Ustad is saying now, Hazrat Tanvi's Ustad is saying, no, it is because we are present today that you understand it this way, but tomorrow when we are not here, it will only be you and only be you. Some person came to Hazrat Khaja Baqi Billah and wanted to take bay'at and the allegiance at his hands, when the Hazrat Khaja Baqi Billah said that, listen, go to Ahmad, referring to Mujaddid Al-Faitani, who was the murid of Khaja Baqi Billah. This person hesitated, he was reluctant, and then he said to him, Hazrat Khaja Baqi Billah said to this person that, Ahmad, wo aftab hai. Ahmad is that sun in whose presence hum jaise log usme gum hai, that people like us in his presence are all lost. Now look at this, the praise of the Shaykh to the murid, that he had reached such a level then and built himself up such that the Shaykh is praising him to this extent. So you have to also make yourself and build yourself to such a level. Maulana Taqiyuddin was also there. He was really impressed and they wanted to know about this narration, etc. So I'm reading from this bayaz. But who is interested? Who is interested? What I can say, after so many long years, there is a library that is compiled in this particular kitab. Meyare Ikhar Basehshe Ast. Our foundation is just on 3 things: Kitabullah, wa Sunnat Rasul, wa Sirat Salaf. It is the Quran, the Hadith, and to understand the Quran and the Hadith, you would have to look at the sayings and the life and the Sirat of the Salaf. Maulana Yaqub Sahab mentioned this year And Hazrat Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab was really pleased when he heard about this year speaking about the Mu'tazili alim. I mean, he wrote a kitab like Kashaf, such a great mufassir of the Quran Majid, and what was it? In the end, right at the end, he made tawbah from that type of aqidah that he had. Maulana Shah Wasiullah Sahab, when he heard this particular malfuz of Hazrat Maulana Yaqub Sahab, he became absolutely happy and delighted, because he would always think that such a great mufassir of the Quran Majid, but the reality is, if that his aqidah is incorrect, then he would then become deserving of adab. Allah Ta'ala keep us on the straight path. Allah Ta'ala also give us the tawfiq and the hidayat of keeping our focus and our attention on our ilm, that where are we going and what are we doing. And without islah, a person can go astray. If we have Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep us firm and established on the truth and on the straight path. Allah Ta'ala protect us all. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم بحرمة سيد النبي الكريم صلى الله عليه وسلم.